Okay, so now let's check it in perspective. I missed this part, so I'm gonna fix it. And we also need to remove this part from the top of the stair. So I'm gonna select my slab, and also I'm gonna select my slab element or a slab tool and just draw a box like so. Let's go this one. Okay, then I'm gonna bring back some of its part to here. Great. Yeah, I guess we do not need to have this part be like this, so I'm gonna edit this one in perspective mode, bring this one here, select this one and bring it here. Now I'm gonna select a point here and bring it here. I'm gonna now fix it in the plan view, which is much easier. Okay. So we're fine here. Now I need to add this part in this hole. So I'm just gonna add a point here so I can find it much easier. Yeah, so that's gonna be this part. So let me turn on the trace. Right. Okay, and also bring this part inside. Okay, that's fine. You may also want to remove this point. Great. So everything is fine. Yeah, I have another piece of hole here. Let's see. So let's go to first story. This should be this part. So I'm gonna select a point and bring it here. Also I'm gonna add a point, bring it here, and also bring this one back up. Great. You may also want to merge these 2 points. Okay, then I have to move this ball back, so that's fine. Now let's disable the trace. Next thing that I'm gonna do is to doors and windows. So let's start by adding a door here. Let's go to door and let me select a sliding door, which is located under special doors and sliding doors. I can select this one or even this one and place it here. Then I'm gonna select my door and stretch it across. Okay, this should be fine. Okay, so now that I'm looking at the elevations, I can see that I have to change the type of this door. So I'm gonna select another one. Let's see. Yeah, I guess this is looking closer to what I can see on the elevation, so I'm gonna select this one. Now let's go to ground floor and stretch the door. Make sure that this move node is selected. Okay, fine. Then I'm gonna select this node, and the opening width I'm gonna set it to 0. Now for the height of the door, I'm gonna change it to probably 280. Or even more, let's go for 300. Okay, so this should be fine. Okay, now let's select our door and change some of its settings. I'm gonna change the sides width to 7 and hit OK. Okay, so this should be fine. Now I'm gonna go to first story, select my slab here, and what I noticed here is that this part of the floor is actually a void, so we do not need any slab here. So I'm gonna remove it. Okay, this is fine. Now I can select this wall, go under Edit, Group, and Ungroup. Also, I'm gonna select this one, go under Edit, Group, and Ungroup. And bring down the starting point of the wall. So I'm gonna select this icon that is a stretch height and bring it up to here. Just to make sure that there isn't any gap between the walls. Okay, so everything's fine. Now I'm gonna select this one, and with the eyedropper I'm gonna select the settings from this door, go to first story, and or in fact I guess I don't need to get settings from this door since I have a window open here. So let's go to first story and select our window. I'm gonna select the first one, this one without any frames inside, and hit OK. Then just place it here. Make sure that this is the same size as our reference. Okay, now let's go to perspective mode. I'm gonna bring it down, so I just select on my window, then select this icon and bring it roughly around here and just make it taller. I guess up to here should be fine. Okay, now I'm gonna edit some of these inside frames. So I select my settings, go to the sash options. You can see that currently I have 3 vertical panes and I have 4 horizontal panes. So I'm going to change the HV grid to an editable grid, and instead of 3 I'm going to set it to 2. Hit OK. Now that this one is editable, I'm going to select this part of the frame, select the move tool, and in fact I have to select this one in the middle, so I select this one and bring this one up to around here. Okay, this should be fine. Now let's go back to the settings. Now I'm gonna change the thickness of the grid. Let's go for 5 and 4. I guess this is fine. Alright, now let's go to ground floor. I'm gonna select this one, if I can in fact select it, so, and place it here. Let's go to perspective. Okay, fine, let's just bring it to the side. Okay, this should be fine. Now I have 2 other small windows here. So let's select the window again, and I'm gonna select this one. Make sure that it's all set to minimum amount. And just make it roughly the size of the window. Then I'm gonna select the settings from this one and just place it here. Okay, so let's check it out in perspective. Great, now I'm gonna bring this one down. Let's make it reach the floor, or I guess just a bit higher. And also I'm gonna set it to be as high as the door. Okay. Now I'm gonna select again the settings from this one, and let's go in fact in the ground floor and select this tool that is inject and inject it to this one. Okay, let's try again. Select inject and inject it to this one. Great. So now they're the same size. Now let's go back to ground floor to see if we have any other windows. So we have one in here. Okay, let's just draw it here. This window is gonna be for the open kitchen, so I'm gonna reduce its height. Okay, this should be fine, this size. I also have 2 other windows, one in here and one in here. So let's take settings from this one and just place it here. Then I'm also gonna place one in here. I probably have to increase the size of this one. So now let's go to perspective mode. Yeah, they're fine. Okay, we have another one in here. Pick the settings from this window and place one here. Ctrl D to move. Okay, I have two on top of each other, so I'm going to delete one and select this one and bring it up to here. Okay, next I'm gonna build this one and this one. So let's go to perspective mode. I'm gonna select the eyedropper and pick settings from this window. Go back to ground floor and make sure we have that settings. Let me go to first story. Now go back to ground floor and draw the window here. Now for this part, I'm gonna select the settings from this one and place one in here. Even though it seems like they were just part of a continuous window, but since I have my sections, I can see that there were two pieces of windows, so that's why I'm gonna make them as two separate pieces. So let's bring this one back in here. Okay, they're fine. We also have a door and two other openings in here, which I guess we're not gonna use those since I'm not gonna be putting my camera around here. So we'll be having a camera right around here and we can see this part. So I'm not really worried about placing doors in here. So I'm gonna skip those. Now let's go to first story. And again, all of these windows we're not gonna see. So I'm also gonna skip these two windows. Again, since I'm not gonna be seeing these, but since they are allowing light to come through the windows, so I'm gonna keep that in mind when we're going to add lights in our scene. Okay, I guess this is it for right now.